It was once. Wasn't it? Once. Upon a time. Once a time. It was there. Where? It was there. Wasn't it? Last year. Wasn't it? I remember. Do you? Do you remember? There? When we met? There. The hot mind. The line wax. The hot ring. The wax hot. Yes. I'm sure of it. The wax was in line, and so were we. Hello, this is Colton Cox, and you've reached the Hot Wax Hotline. Hot Wax Hotline. Hot Wax Hotline.
What's up, punks? I'm your host, Colton Cox, and welcome back to another episode of the Hot Wax Hotline. I hope you're like totally not in the middle of something, because I have on the line today three of Casey's baddest and raddest rockers. Teazers is the band we have today. Everyone say hello to Macy, Hattie, and Sky. Welcome to the show, guys. How are we doing today? Good.
Excited.
I hope, yes, good. I like to hear excited. We, for those that don't know, we shoot in a basement, so sometimes it's not super exciting to show up and film in a basement, but here we are. So I like to start every episode same way with a little segment called Hard Pressed, okay? So what I'm going to do is like lightning round questions. I'm just going to ask you like a this or that question, and you just give me whatever sounds the best off the top of your head, okay? All right, so kind of do it in tiers. I'm going to start with easy and get steadily more difficult. Okay. All right, so first of all, tacos or burritos?
Burritos.
Okay.
Duh.
All right, a fair choice. Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Okay. All right, we're all on the same page so far. All right, so last one of the easy round. This is a more controversial question.
Okay.
Ice cream in a cone or a cup?
Cup in a cone.
Okay, disagreement. Any particular reason for a cup versus a cone?
I don't have to stress that I'm gonna melt everywhere. That's the best is if you have it in a cone and then you put the cone in the cup, because then I get the cone, but I don't have to worry about spilling.
An innovator, right there.
Yeah, women in STEM.
Women in STEM, exactly. All right, round two. This is more band related. Megadeth or Metallica?
Megadeth.
Metallica. Megadeth, though, because I've heard more Megadeth probably than Metallica.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah, because
I'm
of
partial
Macy.
to Megadeth myself as well.
As you should
but,
be.
You know, Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Rolling Stones.
Oh, gosh. All right. Why Rolling Stones over Beatles?
I just really have never been super into the Beatles,
Really?
unfortunately. I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Macy. I'm sorry.
Hurtful.
Well,
Want to show your
you're out of the
tattoo?
band, Hattie. Sorry. Okay, last one. This is the hardest one out of all of them. Would you rather have always sweaty palms or always bad breath?
Sweaty palms.
Sweaty palms.
I thought that might be the answer.
Yeah.
It's a relatively easy
No
one.
one has to touch me.
Yeah. No one has to know.
No
Fair
one has
enough.
to know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, that's hard pressed. You made it through. It's usually feeling a little bit looser now, a little more comfortable, hopefully. So let's get right back into it. Let's talk about you guys. So, how did the band come together?
Sky and I knew each other already from that gig that we played with you.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, you saw us as Kiss because it was a Halloween gig.
That's right. That's right.
So I was Peter Criss and Sky was Gene Simmons. But
Gosh, that was a long time ago.
yeah. But Sky and I knew each other through a mutual friend that I was in a band with in high school. And I was wanting to start a band with like other like feminine people and just put together like a really cool hard rock punk band. And Sky was like the only person I knew. And so I reached out to Sky and was like, do you want to do this? And also, do you know other people? Because like, I don't know, I really want to do this. And so Sky and I met. Sky came to my apartment and we just talked about like, you know, we want a band where there isn't a lead singer and everyone's equals and everyone writes and all that kind of stuff and just kind of the vibe we wanted. And I think by then Teazers was already on the table for the name because I was really inspired by like Bratmobile and Bikini Kill and like taking something that's like negative towards women and turning it around. So a tease, obviously. So Sky and I got together. We started practicing. The coworker I have at the music school I work at was in the band for a little bit, and then she started her master's, and she was like, I really don't have time for this. But I know this gal, Hattie, who I think would be really good. And so Hattie came, or we met Hattie at...
yeah, we went down to Westport and got pizza at Providence by the Slice.
Oh, nice.
And
That's one of Jeff's
over,
favorite places.
I love it.
Delicious.
So over 3 slices of cheese pizza, we decided to form the band. And yeah, we discussed all of the ideals that we all wanted to bring. And like every time one person would say something, the other two would instantly agree and be like, yeah, duh. And so it felt so right and so real.
I can say, you know, you've got 2 songs out at this point, right? Do you have anything I haven't seen outside of those 2?
No, we just have the 2
Okay.
out.
I can definitely say I feel like the idea of being very like femme-centered is definitely very obvious right from the get-go. I mean, like the 2 songs you have, it seems like, I guess maybe a little less money hoard, but definitely, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the first one. Lost in Translation. That one definitely I feel is, you know, aimed towards femmes. So
Yeah.
So yeah, good job. You're getting your whole thing out there. So like main inspirations for you guys, because I get definitely like the femme punk vibe and everything, but I feel like there's probably a little more to it than just that. So like, what are some other kind of like main people that you draw from?
We're each super different in our individual
That I did
tastes.
gather.
Yeah. And so like I feel like it's like a big melting pot of each of our things. So like for me, I'm really into thrash metal. So Megadeth, I really love Testament, all the 80s, 90s. I don't really get metal after like 95, but and then I'm a huge like early punk fan. So the Stooges and Circle Jerks and all that kind of stuff. And so like a lot of the riffs that in like especially these first 2 songs, like I happen to write the riffs for those songs, are like super inspired by my music taste. But then like Hattie,
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of like Midwest emo and like hardcore punk, as well as like a lot of like folk music and like singer-songwriter stuff. So
Sounds exactly like my musical.
yeah. So a lot of my songs that I write for Teazers they sound completely different than a lot of the songs that like Macy or Sky writes.
Yeah, when
that way.
I was looking for questions for our segment we're going to do here in a little bit, I had a lot of trouble finding things because it seems like you like some things are a lot more like kind of contemporary, newer stuff, and
Yeah.
newer bands don't have as much drama as from like the 70s and 80s. So, but yeah, tell me, Sky.
Inspiration wise, like I think like Alice in Chains, just like grungy music, System of a Down, I've been getting back into, but like I went through that emo phase. I feel like many kids did in middle school and high school. So like My Chemical Romance has a special place in my heart.
We're all
and like,
Midwesterners. It's all right.
yeah, yeah. And then like The Doors, obviously. I'm obsessed with The Doors. It's a generational love that I have. Like my grandpa got my mom into it and got me into it. And it's always been like in our household playing somewhere.
Yeah, that was my grandpa played Chuck Berry stuff all the time. So that's like my first introduction to guitar was Chuck Berry.
That's a great one. Yeah. Perfect.
Not bad.
So another thing I wanted to ask about was the music video for Lost in Translation. Or is it? Yeah, Lost in Translation. Who's the mastermind behind that?
So I went to KCAI for film, so I got a lot of
there
film
it is.
buddies.
I
There we
see.
go. Film major, sound minor. Hi. Yeah, so my buddy Zach Gorsuch, he's awesome. I reached out to him and he helped us direct that music video. It was Macy's original idea, but he helped us like imagine everything.
It's
And
a fun music video.
yeah.
I wrote the song with the video as I was writing it already, which happens a lot for me. I'm a very like visual person, so like each lyric and all that kind of stuff was like a video already. And then basically we sent like the messiest storyboard to Zach and we were like, okay, this is what we want. And then he did a really great job with it.
You know, that's what people are for. I come to Brandon all the time with like ludicrous ideas and he somehow finds a way to make it work. So that's just magic right there.
Yeah.
And then you kind of answered this question already, but when it comes to songwriting for you guys, so you don't have a main songwriter. Do you guys just kind of like throw some ideas around and see like what sticks, or how do you kind of decide what stays and what doesn't stay?
It's usually like one of us will write a song on our own and then bring it into practice normally. So I don't know, like usually with Macy, like she'll write a riff on guitar and I'll take it and
Play it better.
Yeah. Well, no. But
And I was just about to say, so like, especially when you write a riff on guitar, how does it feel to like hand that off to somebody else to
It's
play?
like, thank God. Because I can play it about once or twice. And then I'm like, because I just play power chords essentially
I see.
for teaser stuff. And so I'm like, okay. And so it's because I know music theory, whereas like they don't. And
okay.
I also had to retrain how I communicate because I'm used to writing in like, okay, and then we're going to go to D minor. And they're like,
Which fret is that?
yeah, they're like, okay, which dot am I going to?
I'm
So
like, what finger is on what string on
Yes,
what fret?
And you know what? It still works. We figure it, out.
Yeah,
we find a way.
But yeah, but it's great to hand it off to Hattie to play the guitar, and then I go back to the drum.
Yeah.
All right.
We kind of all just like add to whatever song one of us brings into practice most of the time.
Is it like, do you have like a verse and a chorus, or do you have like the full thing put together when you bring it to
Depends
practice?
on the person.
Okay,
Like for
okay.
me, I have everything done except for the bridge. Every time. The bridge is always the thing that I don't have, and sometimes there's just not a bridge.
Yeah. I feel like I usually have most of the lyrics written, and then musically that's where I need the most help. Just because, like, I don't know, it's hard to write. I always wrote like really, like, I don't know, like slower stuff, like singer-songwriter stuff. And so a lot of the time when I write songs, that's how it starts. And then it's really helpful to have Macy and Sky kind of come in and like add drums and bass so it can get like heavier, more punkier.
I did the exact same thing. I wanted to play metal so bad in high school, and every time I sat down to write a metal song, it came out like a folk song.
Yeah, and that's what happens with Teazers. Is like I'm gonna write a punk song, and then it's not a punk song at all, and it's like that's where they come in. Is like getting that help. I think.
Yeah, I like asking about songwriting stuff because everybody, like, we do some things the same, but everybody's just a little bit different from each other.
Yeah.
So I love asking about that stuff. But I think I'll take this opportunity to move us into our next segment. This is a new game we're going to try out, see how it goes. This is going to be rumor or real. Okay, so I'm going to say a statement, and then you tell me whether it's a rumor or it's real. All right, I'm going to try and keep it vague.
Okay.
Okay, so the solo on While My Guitar Gently Weeps is not George Harrison playing the guitar.
That's real.
Real.
It is not him.
Real?
I guess it's real.
Real?
Macy knows everything there is to know ever about music trivia.
I'm just gonna answer what you
I hope I can
answered.
stump you, but I might not. Okay, so real is that what we're going with?
I said real because Macy said
Yeah,
real.
no, for real. I have no idea.
Come on.
Sorry. I'll go last from now on. I'm sorry.
Okay, it is real.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
That's Eric Clapton.
It is Eric Clapton, yes. So just to give the context, as I'm sure you might know it already, basically like White Album sessions were really tense, and he felt that Paul and John were not taking the song seriously, so he brought in his friend Eric Clapton to play the guitar solo, add a little bit of legitimacy, quote unquote. They're the Beatles. I don't know why they need legitimacy, but
craziness.
yes, real. All right.
T.
Next one.
I'm answering last.
You've probably heard this one before too. So at one point in his time, due to a heavy heroin addiction, Keith Richards had to have a total blood transfusion. Is that rumor or real?
Real.
I'd say real.
Real?
Yeah.
I don't really know Stone stuff, so you already stumped me. I'm gonna say real though, because it's Keith Richards.
It is a rumor.
Gosh, dang it.
No.
In fact, Keith Richards himself made it up. The story
does
is
make
that
sense.
like he had a really bad heroin addiction and he had to be like flown on an emergency flight to like a hospital in Switzerland, and they like pumped all of his blood out and pumped a new set of blood into him.
Wow.
Yeah, not real. That's a rumor.
So is it even him anymore if you did that?
You know, he is a vampire, so I assume
Yeah.
there is at least some of not his blood in there.
Oh yeah.
All right, third one. This one is kind of for you, Sky, so I hope you know.
Oh, gosh.
The song Drowning Lessons by MCR is considered cursed by its fans and the band itself. Is that rumor or real?
I have no idea. I've never heard that. That's one of my favorite songs.
It
It's
is
their
from
first album.
I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your
It's
Love.
my favorite album of all time, and I've never even heard that. Curse.
I had neither until I looked this up. So,
I suppose so.
so you're
Well,
saying real?
okay. Well, based on the
Real?
context clues, yes, I think it's real.
So real.
Yeah.
I'll say real because I don't ever see clips of them playing it. So I'll say that it's cursed.
So I'm going to give this one a rumor with a question mark
Okay.
because the person who made this statement is Gerard Way, and he claims that every time they play the song that something bad happens, but they don't play it live, so no one knows for sure if it's
so
like,
real.
Yes,
So
but it's
real.
supposedly real.
So it's
So
real, and we
real.
got it right.
But yeah, so that one we'll go with 50-50.
Okay. Half a point.
Okay. So I have to think about how to phrase this one. This is more for you, Hattie.
Oh no.
So due to his rapid rise to fame, songwriter Robin Skinner, better known as Cavetown,
I know all about him.
is considered an industry plant. Is that a rumor or real?
I would say it's a rumor because I know the way that he produced everything himself like up until recently, and he kind of like did his own marketing and everything up until recently. So I would say rumor because I genuinely do think he did a lot of that himself. But I have heard people say that about him
So
before.
you don't know for sure.
I mean, I think people think he is,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I wouldn't say that
What
he
about
is.
you two? You can make a guess shot in the dark if you're not sure.
I'm going to follow what Hattie said.
Okay,
I
it's-
remember Cavetown when I was in my ukulele phase in like 2014.
Well, and that's the
and that
thing.
it's changed so much from that. Yes,
That's
but
the
so it's
thing is,
like I don't think it's real. Yeah.
So it's rumor.
I was like watching his YouTube channel, listening to his music since I
Yeah.
was like 15. Like he
Yeah.
was one of the first inspirations like I really had growing up, and like I like watched him get famous, and I feel like a
Right.
lot of that was pretty natural from my point of view. So
Well, it is a rumor. You're right. So because he got popular so quickly, a lot of people assumed that he was an industry plant or like a Nepo baby or something like
Yeah.
that. But in fact, his father is a musicologist and choir director, and his mom's a music teacher. So he's just
yeah,
He's just
just
good.
lucky.
talented.
he is. Yeah.
All right,
Aw, I
that's
love
all I
him.
have for rumor or real. You guys did it. It's fun. I like that.
Did worse than I thought.
I think we only got like half of them right.
Yeah, that's all right. Sometimes it's really hard to tell with those because
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have heard ones where it's like the person telling me is like insisting that it's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Well, yeah. So kind of following off of that, I want to kind of get into your guys' actual like music. We kind of touched a little bit already, but so first thing I wanted to ask about was because I know like you've got a minor in sound. Did you do some recording technology?
Yeah, I went to like a trade school for audio engineering.
So do you guys produce your own stuff or do you go to somebody to get your stuff
No,
produced?
we go to Zach Hames, which was my teacher in audio school. And he's into punk music, he's into metal. And when I was like, getting taught by him, I just loved to talk to him about music. And when we were like going to record, I have equipment. And, Sky and I definitely like threw around the idea of doing it ourselves, but like, who wants to do that? Not I. Maybe Sky does.
That's what
I don't
we
want to. Yeah. It's just like, I love recording. I hate mixing. Sky's the opposite. But Zach just seemed so perfect. And when I told Zach about the band, he was super into it. And so Zach Hames does all of our stuff.
There's something to be said about just people being enthusiastic about something.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it sounds like this person was kind of a perfect fit for you guys, but sometimes even when they're not a perfect fit, if they're just like really into it, it's like, it's a good deal a lot of the time. But yeah, I wanted to ask because I saw, that you have some like recording experience between the two of you. So I didn't know if you were doing everything on your own or what you were doing. So, another thing I want to, again, you kind of answered this question already, but I wanted to kind of elaborate on it. Do you have like any definite recurring themes that you have in your songwriting? So obviously you talked about kind of like femme-centered songwriting. Is there anything like kind of other things you might want to address outside of just that, or?
I think at first we really focused on the existence of like what it is like to live as a feminine presenting person in today's time. As we've gone on, though, and you can hear it in Money Horde, that's not about being a feminine person. That's just about being a person in today's time. And I think now as we go on, we get a little further from that idea, just like a little bit. And it's more so just about like what we're living in, the craziness that goes on. And like there's a really good Nina Simone quote, which is like, an artist's job is to reflect the times. And I think we really focus on that a lot when we're writing, and that's just what inspires us the most.
Well, yeah, and I mean, just because they're not directly dealing with feminine issues, feminist issues, doesn't mean that they don't tie in.
Yeah.
I think we all can understand Money Horde, I think.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and I speaking of those two, I kind of wanted to talk about the two singles that you guys have done already, Lost in Translation and Money Horde. So, Lost in Translation was last year, right? And then you guys put out Money Horde like what, 2 months ago?
In March, yeah.
Does that sound right? Okay. Do you have plans for like an EP coming up here soon? Do you have another single coming out? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I guess
wanna
we can
spoil
talk
your
about it a little bit.
What would happen next?
So we are working on an album. I think it's the first time we've ever talked about it to anybody other than the three of us. But yeah, like our plan is maybe September, get into the studio and see what happens after that.
So you're going for like an EP or you're going for full length?
Full length.
At
least 10 songs.
We're pretty much
we have
done
now. Yeah. So we're just like really finalizing everything, and we want it to be as best as it can be. Yeah. And then, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a really good like concept to the album, and we're really excited about it.
I don't want to make you say too much.
So I'm not saying anymore.
Keep it under wraps. Well, yeah, I really enjoy both songs that I've heard so far.
Thank you.
Especially, I think it was Money Horde that has the like total like tempo change towards the I liked the song up to that point, and then you guys got super heavy at the end of it, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. Yeah, really, really enjoy that song. So do you guys? I don't think I saw a music video for that one. So is there plans to do one, or is that just the song?
One day, maybe.
One day? Okay.
Yeah. It's hard. I think with that one, we really talked about more of like a live performance video, because that is like our favorite and like the crowd's favorite song live. And so we feel like that would be like the best space for that song would be like a live video of us playing it. And also like when I wrote that one, no video came to mind. So, so we'll do a live taping of the song instead.
There you go. Perfect. And I suppose like my only other question I really had was I noticed that the artwork for both of them has kind of the same like character, I suppose, on them.
Yes.
Is this like going to be a recurring thing for you guys? It's like a character
yes.
for you guys.
Yes.
That's our girl.
Does
Yeah.
she, does she have a name?
She's the girl.
She's the girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
GRRRL.
Okay.
Yeah,
And who
she-
does the artwork? I should ask first.
Well, I drew the girl. I do a lot of our like visual marketing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Art major. Art school.
Art major.
Oh boy, I guess so.
I mean, you went there.
Yeah.
The girl comes from my favorite movie, American Pop. There's a scene at the end where he's like a drug dealer. It's an animated film from 1979, I believe.
I haven't heard of this. It's surprising to me.
Incredible. It's it follows this family through the generations, and they're all musicians, and it's like America's like pop culture events basically like through this family. But one of the sons becomes a drug dealer, and he's like slinging coke, and there's like all these drawings behind him, and there's the girl with the safety pin in her mouth. And so I really wanted like a Vic Rattlehead, a Crimson Ghost, Eddie. Like I wanted a mascot for the band just because it's so fun. And so I sent it to them, and they really liked her, and Sky was able to draw it up and kind of like changed it a little bit, obviously.
Awesome. Yeah. I feel like album artwork is more important than what most people give it credit for. I feel like there's always like the musicians always have a whole story behind it, but
Yeah.
nobody ever asks them about it.
Yes, for
so
sure.
I try to make sure I ask that question. Well, yeah, I believe that is all the questions that I have for you guys today.
Okay.
Just keep it nice and short. Thank you so much for coming on today. Really happy to have you guys. I'm excited to hear you guys play here in a second.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks for having us.
Before I let you go, tell everybody where they can find you, best place to find you, like social media, all that kind of stuff.
We are Teazers KC, Teazers KC on Instagram and Facebook, I guess. Poop Facebook. What else are we on? TikTok and YouTube. Find our channel there. There's a lot of our live music on YouTube. On our playlist tab.
Yeah, there's a guy at Skate Bar where we play a lot, Milton's Mayhem, and he
Yes.
live streams it.
Shout
Which you
out
should
Mark
just
Milton.
check out his channel in general.
Shout out
Milton's
Milton.
awesome. But yeah, you can see us play. It's in our entire sets.
All right.
Our very first show ever is on there.
Yeah.
All right.
And our
That's
music,
actually
our
pretty
music is
exciting.
on everything. Our
On
music
everything,
our
yes.
music's on everything.
All of the
And we will
platforms.
put
Roblox.
links
It's
and
on
everything,
Roblox.
So don't
It's
worry.
on Roblox.
On Roblox.
It's on Bandcamp. It's on
on
everything.
Roblox.
It's literally-
Roblox.
Pay 50 Robux to get
Probably.
I don't know. I'm not on there.
Well, again, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm going to get off the screen so you guys can take over. But you guys stay on the line so you can hear Teazers play their song.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody. You have a good one. You hang up now. Bye.